All right, we're live. I tried to get, you know what? It didn't. I have to get this on the wall. I know, it's clanging. But Andrea and Steven got me this, and I was trying to keep this, in front of me, and it's kind of uncomfortable. You know what? Hey, I'll keep it here today. Yeah, maybe they'll come on, they'll listen, and they'll see, hey, look, JD's got the... Dude, I love this thing. And I told Michigan we got to put up on the wall behind me so I can have it for the show. So that is imminent of that happening. Imminent. We're going to make that happen. That's definitely happening. And so I'm waiting for the college football playoff. But this is the thing. I couldn't believe last night Georgia, after the loss, could drop from one, where they've been all season, 29 straight wins. I know they didn't win the SEC championship game, but shouldn't being undefeated in a regular season count for something? I mean, I feel like it should count for something. I do. I feel like that should count for something. But Bama. Let's talk about Bama. Let's talk about Nick Saban. The season Nick Saban had this season. Okay, they lose to, and Texas, that should count. I think Texas has to get in. If Bama gets in and Texas doesn't, I think everything count. Head-to-head has to mean something. Then what's the point of playing a regular season game? Texas going down and beating them decisively in Tuscaloosa. Oh, also, Dom, I forgot to say. Dom, thanks for the merch, dude. You gave me a hoodie, and I put it on, and Dom, I'm really sorry. But Better Days Golf Company, I love it. Love it. Talked to his mother yesterday. Dom, your mother rocks. She's a great lady. Fantastic. But I feel regular season has to count for something. And if you beat Bama on the road, and I know I said, hey, dude, you should have lost. And I talked to Al today. Hal didn't like the negativity, but I said, that's what I have to bring. You should have lost to K-State. You should have beaten Oklahoma. And everybody's putting down that they beat Oklahoma. They did not beat Oklahoma this season. They did not beat Oklahoma. It did not happen this season. No, it did not happen. Bullshit. I mean, come on. And this is The Athletic. I pay money for this service. And you can't have guys that proofread their shit? Come on. That's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. Doesn't work for me. So my Final Four is Michigan, and I'll tell you, Michigan, Washington, Texas, Florida State. No undefeated team, Power 5 team, has been left out of the college football playoff. And everybody's saying, well, Jordan Travis was hurt, and then Rodmaker didn't play last night, and the backup, what the hell was his name? He did not have a good game. He had a terrible game yesterday. What the hell's his name? FSU, overrated, they're saying. I'm trying to find. Yeah, J.J. Watt, ACC. I even have the records of conferences. That's what I have. I mean, I have everything here. But FSU did not look yet. FSU did not look good in the game. I'm trying to find the backup. Yeah, Rodemaker didn't play. So they had Brock Glenn. Hey, Rob Parker's here again. Brock Glenn yesterday threw for, I think it was 8 for 21 for 55 yards in the game. They won 16-6. I mean, it was all defense. And everybody's saying, well, they got to be out because Jaden Daniels got hurt and they're not the same team. They went 13-0. I don't give a shit what they did this year. They're 13-0. And then Michigan last night, 26-0 in one of the most depressing games, boring games. And Milton said, hey, Harbaugh's not about style points. He's about winning games. Yes, you won the game. 4 field goals. You weren't even going for a 4th and 1. I thought Harbaugh played conservative, beyond conservative, which I was like, and I know Iowa has no offense, but I'll tell you the truth. If they had a reliable quarterback, in that game, that it would have been closer. And basically, they got an 87-yard punt return, the Wolverines, which led to a 7-yard touchdown. Then they had a fumble, which they thought it wasn't a fumble, by, what's his name? Deacon, what the hell's this kid name? Deacon Hill. I didn't think his arm was going, I don't know, it was, if he called, makes it 17-0. I mean, their touchdown drives were nothing. What they have, 52 yards the first series where they got a field goal, and 161 the rest of the game. Now, Iowa's a very good defense. And they lost Cooper DeJean, who was their main guy, also their main kickoff guy. And they said on the kickoff return that, I want to make sure I get the biggest play, which was kind of crazy, on the 87-yard kick return, that would have been DeJean. DeJean would have had the stop. Would have probably made the stop. So Torrey Taylor had a 52-yard punt to the 8-yard line. Samaj Morgan returned it. Edinger, who missed the tackle at the 8, chased down Morgan. Misses the tackle. That's a big play. Now, Saban, I love Saban because Saban's all about keeping it real. But this is what Saban said after they beat Georgia. He said, we won the SEC, we beat the number one team in the country, which everyone thought on the committee was the number one team in the country. They won 29 straight. If we need to do something to pass the eye test, I guess that probably contributed to it significantly. If you really want the 4 best teams to compete, the 4 most deserving teams that have progressed throughout the season, we're not the same team that we were when we played Texas. So now you're bashing Texas that beat you at home. So what do you say? Now you're better than Texas? You lost to them. We're not the same team that we were when we played South Florida. You played a shitty game there. I don't think we should be considered as that team right now. People should look at the whole body of work. I think this team is one of the 4 best teams and one of the teams that's deserving to be in the playoffs. But you lost early in the season, and you didn't play well against USF. Yes, it's how you finish. It's better to play shitty early in the season than the end of the season. But the problem is you have 4 goddamn teams, and this alliance that they set up, if they got off their lazy asses and had fixed things, we wouldn't have this problem. They would have had a 12-team playoff this year. I mean, Sammy brought up Michigan's cousin Sammy brought up a good point, that only 3% of the college football teams get into the playoff. That's bullshit. That is a bullshit. I mean, 4 teams? I mean, it's really not fair because there's a lot of teams that deserve to get into the college football playoff this year. You know what, Dominic, I love you, but this is hot as hell. I am schwitzing, and I'm like, I wore for a little bit, Dominic. No offense, love it, but wow, that is hot. That was too damn hot. Woo! So I was like, well, I got to take this thing off. But that's what I feel. I agree with everything he says. It's always better to lose early than late. And they finished on an 11-game win streak, Bama. Yes. But Florida State didn't lose this year. And Florida, conference-wise, ACC against SEC went 6-4. Now, I know they didn't play, Florida State didn't play Bama, but they beat LSU, which finished strong, had some bumps in the road. They didn't play Georgia's biggest win was against Missouri, which barely beat Kansas State on, a 60-yard field goal. I mean, now they dragged this shit out. They're saying they still haven't revealed now we're getting to the college football playoff revealed. And everybody's going to be pissed off. And people are saying there's going to be 2 SEC teams in. I mean, I felt that Georgia shouldn't be dropped. But now I feel like, conference championship, how you finish the season. Texas had a big win. They won every game. They lost the Red River rivalry to Oklahoma. Beat everybody else in their path. I don't, but I'm not crazy about the so wait. I have all the, top 20, and the top 25 came out. It's Michigan, Washington, Texas went up 4 spots to number 3. You have FSU, Bama went up 3, Georgia down 5-6, Ohio State went up 1-7, Oregon went down to 3-8, Missouri, Penn State, and then SMU beat Tulane, so it looks like SMU is going to get to the college football playoff. Oh, here we go. Selection show. Let's see. All right, so are they going to do 5 and 6 first? Here we go. Okay, so, and I think SMU beat their opponents by an average of 28 points. Okay, so the number 1 seed is Michigan. So Milton, congrats. I didn't think they were going to knock them down. They won the Big Ten championship. They beat Ohio State. I can't see that. Okay, so it's got to be them. It's got to be Washington too. And then we're going to see what happens. Yes, I see it too, Rob. Yes, so Michigan is number 1. And I love I'm doing this live. I got Rob here. Rob's the best, man. Rob, I just met you, Rob, and I already feel like we're like buddies. I feel like I met a guy that I could be friends with the rest of my life. That's what I feel like with Rob. I feel like he's a guy. We get each other. We love sports. He's just a great dude. He's a great dude. Great dude. And I look forward to meeting all these guys in person because, I've only met Josh through, I've met Aaron, but we got to do this again. So Okay, here we go. So we got Michigan. And I feel like, okay, so Washington is 2. Okay, so now we're everything's okay. Now here's where all the shit's going to hit the fan. The shit's going to hit the fan now. I guarantee you. I think, you know what? I'm feeling that Alabama's going to get over Texas. I really do. I feel like I think Texas is going to get screwed in this. I got this funny feeling, man. Yeah, I got this really funny feeling that this is going to go a little weird. Okay, so yeah, just feel like something, I guess they're going to talk in between. But so, yeah, at the ACC so I went through each conference. 11 bowl-eligible teams from the ACC, 7 teams, 7 wins or more. Big 12, 9 bowl-eligible teams, that's 6 and 6 or better. 7 teams, 7 or more wins. Big 10, 8 teams bowl-eligible, 7 teams, 7 or more wins. And then SEC, 9 bowl-eligible teams, but 8 teams, 7 wins or more. And Michigan under Texas is in! Texas is in! Oh, God. Hal has to be pumped. Texas is in. So I am right. I have the 1, 2, and 3. I said Michigan, Washington, Texas, and then I had Florida State 4. Look at me, baby. Texas is in. And, yes, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Hal has tickets for the final. How about that? Hal has to be going crazy. I got to see. He must be going crazy. Yes. Congrats. Yes. No, Showtime. Oh, no, he did not respond yet. He has to be going crazy. That is awesome. What did Josh say to me? What did you say, Josh? Yeah. And we're back. Yeah, we're back in the tube, dude, because I can do it with this. Okay, here we go. 4. You know what? I think it's going to be Bama. Let me see. Here we go. The suspense is killing me. Because I think, so if not, then could it be no SEC teams this year? Oh, Jesus Christ. So they're really dragging this shit out. They're showing between Alabama, Georgia, and Florida State. SRO rank 4th, 7th, and 3rd. What was that? Wins versus top 25. Bama 4-1, Georgia 3-1, Florida State 3. SOS strength of schedule 5th, Bama 37th, Georgia, and Florida State. You see, Bama strength SOR. I don't know what SOR stands for. What does SOR stand for? Do you know what that means, Josh, Rob? Do you know what SOR stands for? Strength of ranking? I don't know. I guess that's their ranking. The ranking? Okay. Based on last top 25. But now they're, last week's college football top 25. Because they're 3-0, 3-1, 4-1. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think Florida State's getting fucked. They're setting this up for like a big, slamma-jamma. Georgia! Wow. So they screwed. Oh, wait, Georgia's 6. Oh, my God. You know what? This is bullshit. So Georgia's 6. I thought Georgia got in. All of a sudden, I was like, holy shit. So Georgia's 6. It's between Bama and Florida State. Wow. Yeah, I didn't think Georgia would drop from 1, but you know what? I guess they felt that their schedule wasn't strong enough, and they lost the conference championship, even though they were number 1 the whole goddamn season. That's amazing. To go from number 1 all season, lose 1 game in the season, and drop to number 6, and lose the game by a Florida. Bama is going. So it's Bama, Michigan, and Florida State is out. Sam is not going to be happy at all. They screwed Florida State because they said they didn't because of the quarterback. Yeah. Wow. Well, am I shocked? No, I'm not shocked. So Bama. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, me either. Josh, that's the thing too. You know, it should be. But hey, I think I did pretty. I said I had Michigan, Washington, Texas, and I thought Florida State. So we have January 1st, Michigan, Alabama at the Rose Bowl, and then Washington, Texas at the Sugar Bowl, and the championship game is in Houston. So I think Texas, that's going to be a tough game for Michigan. That is going to be a tough game. I'll tell you, J.J. McCarthy has played like shit. I don't know if you guys watched the game. I was disappointed as hell. You know, I have all these, but they did not play well at all yesterday. So Sammy had Michigan, Washington, Bama, Georgia. So he did not, and then he had Florida State, Texas. So it ends up that Texas got him, which they should. I'm okay with this. I think Florida State fans are going to be furious. First time a undefeated team is left out of the college football playoff. Sam is going to be, she was at the game yesterday. She wanted to get on the show today. So I'm hoping Sam will come on, and yeah, she's going to be furious. But listen, you know what the scary thing is? yesterday with me. We got Red Zone on soon, and I have Jets 9-6 today, and the game tonight I got the Philly 21-17. So both games going to be played in rain, in terrible conditions, not good conditions. But Iowa, 10 Big Ten championships between the East and West. East is 10-0, only 3 decided by a single score. Last was 2017 when Ohio State beat Wisconsin 27-21. Average margin of victory in the East-West Big Ten championship game the last 10 years, 20.7. Wasn't even close. The best thing about yesterday was a bar in Cedar Rapids called X Golf in Cedar Rapids. They said free beers from kickoff until Iowa scores. Thank you, Chris Hassel, for this one. Until Iowa scores. Iowa didn't score. So imagine going to a bar and you're like, want to have a couple beers. Dude, you were getting shit-faced. But you know what? People probably bought food. They felt bad about all that. Yeah. I mean, but how about that? You go to a bar and you're like, yeah, we're Scrooged. But you know what? It got a lot of publicity. I guarantee that much. And Iowa yesterday against Michigan, 155 total yards, 7 first downs. Deacon Hill twice fumbled on strip sacks, both inside his 15-yard line, led to 10 points. I mean, 4 field goals aren't going to get it done. I am not impressed with Michigan. I know it wasn't a, I want to know what Milton thinks, but I am not like, wow, I am not happy how things turned out in that game. Yeah, and another fumble happened for for Iowa inside Michigan's 30-yard line. Yeah, and Iowa, the offense was ranked last nationally by 24 yards after 12 games. After loss, they were 31 yards below the next worst offense. I mean, that's bad, dude. That's terrible. I mean, that's a terrible, terrible football team. Before I don't get to Cardinal Hayes became the first inner city team to win a state championship. The city refused to repair its home field at a public park in the Shadow Yankee Stadium. They crushed Buffalo's St. Francis Red Raiders 40-22 in New York Catholic League's title game, which was played at Columbia. They became the first city football team to win the prestigious AAA Division State Championship, considered one of the top honors in Northeast high school sports. Cardinal Hayes coach C.J. O'Neill said, "We teach resilience here. That's our biggest thing." The higher seed, the game would have been at McCombs Dam Park's football field, which was built a decade and a half ago as a give back, to the nation's poorest communities when the original Yankee Stadium was relocated across the street. But the city's park department fumbled to maintain the synthetic turf field. There's divots, there's tears. They said it was too dangerous even to practice there. And the park's lighting is out on one side of the field. They were 2-8 last season, played most of their home games this season more than a half an hour drive away at Columbia, the site of the championship game. The rest were played at other sites. O'Neill said the school asked the city parks department multiple times to replace the turf, but they said agency wasn't a priority to them. Crazy, right? They attempted patchwork jobs, including filling the turf's gaps with black rubber pellets and gravel, but it's been devastating for our kids. He's coached at the $8,100 a year all-boys school for the past 26 years. He said, "We don't have a fancy stadium. There was an accidental fire in the coach's office that required replacing equipment and holding meetings in the gymnasium hallway, a weight room that's all a piece of shit that forced players to lift weights, rain or shine, in the school's parking lot. When daylight savings ended last month, they had to schlep," I talked about this, to a lighted Mott Haven Community College's football field each day. It's sad. And all that, and they still win. So you know what? Yankee Stadium, somebody step up. Adams, you talk about all this shit and all this stuff. Let's get this done. They recently agreed to donate, the Yankees come to the rescue, $25,000 to spruce up and maintain Elston Howard Field, the baseball field named after the former Yankee great at McCombs Dam Park. Well, now, Giants, Jets, step up and give them some fucking money. I mean, really, that's ridiculous. And you know what? I mean, you're proud of these kids. I mean, they don't give a shit. Kids don't care, man. Kids don't. Everybody else cares, but kids just want to play. They just want to ball. I mean, damn. Wow, Texas. Wow. I haven't heard a word from Michigan yet, but she has to be happy. Yes. Hal. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so happy for him. So, Hal, I'm so happy for you. So happy for you because, you know what? They deserved it. Yeah, and Michigan, Hal, congrats from every dude. That's the best. Dude, I'm so happy for you. And Houston, Willie Fritz, 23 wins of the last 2 seasons, won the 2023 Cotton Bowl. He's going to Houston. And Gumbleship brought up a good point. He's like, you know what? Can't they, kids are playing. Did they know before the game? They lost 26-14. They probably played their worst game of the season. They were down 14-7 at the half. They're now probably not going to go to a New Year's Six Bowl. Probably SMU is going to go now, or Liberty, which Liberty had their schedule strength was 133 out of 133 teams. That's how, and they went now they went undefeated, but they played a really shitty schedule. So I think SMU, which won their first conference title since the Southwest Conference in 1984, deserves to go. And next year they're going to go to the ACC. So that bodes well for ACC. You get another good team in the conference. I mean, it's not the Pony Express, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, you know what I mean. Whew. Yeah, key wins. Yeah, I am. Florida State's going to be furious. They're going to be furious. But you know what? That's what happens. That's when the cookie crumbles, man. Sometimes you win some, you lose some, and next year's gonna be 12. We won't have to worry about this shit. But right now, we have to worry about this shit. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is. Yeah, crazy. And and Michigan offense came into the game against Iowa, averaging almost 395 a game. They got 213, allowed 14 sacks this year. Michigan. Now they did lose Zinter. 4 against Iowa. They came in averaging 170 rushing yards a game. They had 66. 52 on the first drive, 161 the rest of the game. And, And I love what Sarkisian said. He said, Sark said, they've been starving for Big 12 champ like we have since 2009, first time they've won. It's a good thing this team gave the fans the title before jumping to the SEC. Quinn Ewers set a career-high 452 yards, a Big 12 championship game record, 35 of 46, 452, 4 touchdowns, interception, 76 completion percentage, a 183 passer rating. And Hal is saying that he's coming back. And if he comes back, does that mean Arch Manning is going to enter the transfer portal? I guess he's going to decide. I guess, I don't know. I mean, I just can't believe if Quinn Ewers takes him all the way this year that I guess he has time to decide, right? Quinn Ewers can decide. I mean, but this is the deal. If Quinn Ewers has a great playoff run, does that mean, hey, how you doing there, Michigan? Does that mean he leaves? I don't know. I mean, I feel like right now it's Drake May, Caleb Williams, and I think a lot of teams are starving for a quarterback that he could be a first-round draft pick. And I guess he has to decide, or it could be one of the guys. Shadur Sanders is coming back supposedly. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm still. I mean, I thought Georgia couldn't drop from 1 out. But, they didn't. Their big wins were Ole Miss. They blew out Ole Miss. Volunteers were not a good team this year. And they beat Missouri. And Missouri, did Missouri lose to get? And that's what I was trying to check. Missouri's schedule. Let me see here. Missouri schedule. Missouri football. Let me see this. Missouri. That's what I wanted to see. Missouri Tigers. Okay, let's look at their schedule. Okay, so they beat Arkansas. They beat Florida. I want to see more. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so I want to see who they played. Okay, they lost to Wake Forest in the Gasparilla Bowl last year. They beat South Dakota. They beat Middle Tennessee State, shit teams. They beat Kansas State on the last second field goal. They beat Memphis, which finished strong. They lost to LSU by 10. They lost to Georgia. So they lost to Georgia and LSU. Those aren't bad losses. They blew out Tennessee. They barely beat Florida, and they blew out Arkansas. They blew out Kentucky on the road. Vanderbilt's not a football team. I'm sorry. South Carolina, they beat, not a good team. And if I stand correct, Memphis finished their season. Oh, they lost to SMU. Memphis finished their season 9-3. I mean, Memphis had a pretty goddamn good season and scored a lot of points this season. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I still can't believe. I mean, Bama did have the biggest. I mean, they beat the number 1 team in the country. I really think that's what got them in. Yeah, they had to. I mean, that's why they didn't take. And they looked at the quarterback situation, which hurt them. And I know Sam's got to be furious, but that's what did them in. Losing their quarterback to injury, season over. Crazy, just crazy. Yeah, it blows my mind, right? And football writers Association of America, Michigan, number 1 in the Super 16 poll. First time since September 22nd, 2019, in which an SEC team hasn't claimed the number 1 ranking. So it's first time since 2019, over 4 years, that an SEC team hasn't claimed the number 1 ranking. Thank you, Brian Fisher, for that. Can you believe that's wow? That is crazy. And he also said back in 2014, TCU, number 3, beat Iowa State in the championship weekend and fell to number 6. 2023, number 4, FSU beat number 14 Louisville 16-6 and dropped out of and lost a spot, dropped a spot. And Bama last week, weren't they number 7? So they went from 7 to 4, and Florida State went from 4 to 5. But you beat one. That's the way they look at it. You beat, and Saban, to me, greatest coach ever. And Michigan goes, how can you vote for him? Oh, they're showing everybody at Florida State. Just like Coach Norville's got to be like, Jesus, wow. They're showing the team just like, wow. We did everything. We won all our games. And Jaden Daniels just like, Jesus. Yeah. So you know what? This is when you got to talk to the team. You talk to the team and you say, hey, yeah, I mean, that's tough. That sucks. You know, they busted their ass, and just like that, it's over. I mean, yeah. I mean, you win all your games, and your quarterback goes down, and you're punished for that. Yeah. It's just crazy. Yeah, Harbaugh is the first coach, 3 outright Big Ten titles. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy did not have a good game at all. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy had a terrible game. Terrible game. Yeah, that's why. Let me look at the stats, because they didn't do shit. They didn't do anything. They didn't do a goddamn thing. They really. Oh, that's what I want to look at. Okay, so let's look at the stats. Okay, player stats. Okay, J.J. McCarthy was 22 of 30 for 147 yards. 22 of 30. 22 of 30. 6 rushes for minus 35 yards because of all the sacks. Blake Corum was 16 of 52 and 2 touchdowns. 52 yards. 4 for 28 for Donovan Edwards. And your leading receiver was Cornelius Johnson, 9 catches for 64 yards. Roman Wilson, who's been lighting up all season, had 1 catch for 14 yards. I mean, not a good game, man. I mean, and I'm not impressed with McCarthy. McCarthy, every game, he doesn't show me anything. They're not throwing the ball downfield. He's missing. I mean, they had little dinks and dunks here and there. And I know Iowa's a good defense, but I do not feel good about them against Alabama. And that's going to be tough. Watch that with Michigan. Ugh. Yeah, those. And then, and I want to watch the second game too. She's going to be pissed off if they lose, but you're going to give Saban a month to get ready to play you. You're in trouble. I mean, Harbaugh is a good coach, but you're in trouble. And that would mean the 3rd straight college football semifinal they lose. I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, everybody's saying they're going to win. I did not look at that team and say, you're winning the championship. I did not. I think Iowa is not the 6th. Iowa might have a top 5 defense, but that offense drops them about 50 points. That offense isn't even an offense. And I know they had a lot of drops, and I thought they had more drops. There was guys open all game, but everybody was dropping the goddamn ball. You had a quarterback that couldn't get the ball to them. They couldn't run the ball. And Michigan's offense only got some points because of the defense and all the turnovers, but you can't look at that game, and that score is very misleading in a way, because I felt, they got that punt return where they got the quick touchdown, and it was just field goal city for the most part. And 155 yards total offense, 7 first downs. That's not football, guys. And they lost McNamara early in the season at week 5, and to not have any quarterbacks and to win 10 games this year, Iowa. And we'll see what they do in a bowl game. I mean, that defense is that strong, but that offense is terrible. I mean, they were saying that the Dr. Pepper thing at halftime, they were auditioning quarterbacks to play the second half, and I won't disagree. I mean, and McCarthy has a lot of total of 19 first downs. 3rd down conversions, Michigan was 3 for 15, Iowa 4 for 15. Michigan was 1 for 1 on 4th. I thought last week with Sharon Moore, the last couple of weeks, they played a lot more aggressive. I thought Harbaugh went back to his boring, safe football when, comes to you come to the college football playoffs, you got to start going for these plays because Jalen Milroe, now is like not afraid to try anything. And I mean, he got them playing at a great level, and Bama has to be psyched that they get Michigan. I think they match up a lot better with Michigan than they do against Texas or Washington. I think Washington's a really solid team. I thought, and to beat Oregon twice this year, and Texas is coming in hot. So I'll tell you the truth. I think it could be Texas-Bama again for the national championship. I mean, Washington's going to be tough. They're going to be a tough game, but I do not like Michigan against Bama. I don't think they match up well. I think Milroe can run the ball. I mean, he didn't have a great game yesterday, but he made plays when he had to. And the defense, Bama's got a tough defense. I mean, we're going to see. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, Michigan won the turnover battle. 213 to 155. That's terrible. McCarthy 30 of 22 of 30 of $147. Mike Sanders still got almost an interception. He had 2 tackles, a sack, and a pass defense in the game. And I was like, Jesus. So I looked up I was looking up conferences. SEC was 4-6 against the ACC, 1-2 against the Big 12, 2-1 against the Pac-12, 7-9 overall against the other Power Fives. And BYU beat Arkansas. That was their Big 12 loss. And Texas won at Bama. That was the SEC loss. And Missouri beat K-State. That was the other Big 12. And J.J. Watt said there should be an emergency 16 playoff. Michigan and Washington get buys. And then you pick the random draw to pick a Final Four between Texas, Bama, Georgia. And I agree. J.J. Watt, at first I thought, but I know a lot of people are pissed off about this. But, I don't know how you keep out Bama after you beat Georgia. I mean, again, but I think Georgia was undefeated regular season. They screwed it up. Should have been a 16 playoff. There wasn't. And Rainey Jazzayerli for Michigan said 97 Wolverines, 114 points in 12 games, 9.5 per game to defense. This year, they 123 points in 13 games, 9.46. So the defense came to play this year, but they're going to have their hands full. I mean, they got to, in Saban, SEC, we're going to see what they do against the SEC this year. Blake Corum, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Yeah, I want to get him on. Yeah, I want to get him on. So ACC 6-4 against the ACC, 4-3 against the Big 10, 0-2 against the Big 12. Yeah, isn't that? And so ACC went 6 against the SEC. I'm sorry, 6-4 against the SEC, 4-3 against the Big 10. The rest of the Power 5 conferences against the Big 10 and the SEC went 10-47, and they went 10-7 against those teams. So, and ACC, they got left out. Yeah, great. And Harbaugh, first coach ever to win 3 straight outright Big 10 titles. But to me, it doesn't mean shit if he doesn't win a championship. So now you got a month to get yourself ready for this, dude. Clap your hands. You're back with the team. You won, but now you got to beat Bama. I mean, let's go. He's on right now. Yeah. We'll see. And the ACC were 0-2 against. Oh wait, so what did I see? Duke beat Northwestern. That was where they Pitt lost. Oh, so the 2 losses against the Big 12. Pitt lost to West Virginia and Cincinnati. So I was looking at that. The Big 12 went 6-6 overall. 2-1 against the SEC. 1-2 against the Big 10. Big 10. 3-4 against the ACC, 2-1 against the Big 12, and 0-3 against the Pac-12. So I was trying to see who played who. And Washington beat Michigan State, Colorado beat Nebraska, and Washington State beat Wisconsin all at home. So those were the 3. So I was trying to see who had lost to who. And Pac-12, 7-3 overall, 3-1 against the Big 12, 3-0 against the Big 10, and 1-2 against the ACC. Arizona lost to Mississippi State at home. Arizona State lost at Mississippi State. Auburn over Cal at home. Cal was terrible. Cal actually finished strong. I think they're bowl eligible. And Utah beat Florida at home 24-11, the first game of the season. So I was trying to see where the Big Ten didn't play, and Big Ten didn't play the SEC at all, which we're going to see what happens there. And Liberty 13-0, but as I said, strength of schedule 133 to 133 teams. Tulane, I mean, come on, 11-2. Will Fritz leaving. AAC has made 6 straight New Year's 6 bowls. So Liberty's 13-0 on the ESPN Football Power Index. They're 48th, but strength of schedule they're 133. SMU Football Power Index they're 11-2. They're 20th. Strength of schedule 82, and Tulane Football Power Index 50th, but strength of schedule 110. I'm sorry, I feel like SMU 13-0 with. You can't have a team that, I'm sorry they went undefeated, but Liberty is not better. SMU played a much tougher schedule this year. Yeah, that was Saban's greatest coaching ever. 29-game winning streak over. They had 7 times they'd been behind, losing at the half. Crazy. Yeah, crazy. 11 straight wins for Bama. 16-19 Power 5 conference champs to finish with a loss, made the playoffs. Isn't that crazy? Well, this time it didn't happen because Power 5 conference champs, Georgia did not happen this year. Did not happen. Michigan, 3 straight Big Ten titles, first time since 90-92. And, this year you had Washington won their conference, Michigan won their conference, Bama won their conference, and Texas won their conference. So, but Florida State did not. Yeah, I agree. And Frank Gore, Southern Miss, over 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, over 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns this year, is going pro. Frank Gore Jr., the son. So Milroe yesterday threw for a $192, 2 touchdowns, but only 14 rushes for 29 yards. Beck threw for 243, no touchdowns. And Isaiah Bond on one series, I think he had 4 catches, 5 or 79. They said one of his catches should have been a catch in the first half. I don't know. You have these refs and they still can't do their job. And Benjamin Solik said that Bama's 8-2 versus number 1 team in country, which is crazy. First loss since they lost to Bama in 2021, Georgia. Yeah. Saban said, we did our part. We did what we had. Yeah, you did what you had to do. Yeah. First loss for Georgia in 728 days. 728 days. Yeah, FSU, that was, Roadmaker couldn't play. I mean, I don't think it would have mattered. I think even if Roadmaker, they still would have kept them out. And then they have a third string. I mean, they were like, ugh. Now, listen to this. The cheapest ticket to get into the conference championship games, I read this to Michigan. I saw this on Front Office Sports. SEC was $339. Get-in price, cheapest ticket. Big 12. Michigan goes, it's 100-something. 49. She goes, what? ACC, I guess. She goes, I don't know, 70? 42. Big 10. $37. And the Pac-12, $15 was the cheapest ticket. Cheapest ticket. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, right? I mean, that's insane. That's insane. That's insane. I saw that. I was like, holy shit. Wow. Jalen Ramsey said, definitely defense wins championship. FSU, hold it down and get in that playoff. Did not happen. Yeah. So Louisville, it was a bad snap. They got the ball, and 2 plays later, they threw a red zone interception. Yeah. Brock Glenn had his left knee hyperextended, play with a brace, and their 5th ACC championship for Florida State, first in 2014 when they went to the championship. FSU, that's the year they won it. 2014. That's what I want to see. FSU, that's the year they won it, right? FSU, Florida State. That's what I want to see. That's when they won the Natty. FSU football. Right? Or was that was the year they lost to? No, that's not what I want. 2015, 2014. Trying to see. So they finished 13-1 that season. They lost the Rose Bowl to, and Jameis Winston had a terrible game that year. Terrible game. Now, and then I have this. And the Jets, this is crazy. So Tim Boyle, career 0-4 as a starter. Fourth quarter, that Rich Meany said, let's build off this when he went 19 for 26, a $136, a touchdown interception. Total QBR for that game was 4.6. The Jets have 2 of the 5 worst total QBRs. Wilson, in Week 11, lost to the Bills 32-6, had a 3.6, 7 for 15, 81 yards, a TD interception, 4 rushes for 15 yards. Talk about that. 4.6 last week. And they've had 2 of the worst 5. Two of the first worst 5 quarterbacks. Yeah, and they're both Jets quarterbacks. Dobbs is likely to remain a starter when they play the Raiders next week, which is what they have to do. Chris Olave, they play the Lions today. With a concussion protocol, they said he should play. Cam Jordan, a game-time decision. He's wearing cleats today, I saw, for St. Jude's. Harbaugh, they're saying to Carolina maybe. I mean, dude, I don't know. Listen, and that's the thing, too. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we're going to see. Kwity Paye was repping Michigan today, going to the Colts game. Pat 7 straight over the Chargers. The last was Week 6, 2008. They beat them 30-10. Pats and Panthers are the only teams that haven't had a 100-yard receiver this year per ESPN Stats and Info. Pats have an 83% chance of a top 5 pick, 10 to lead, number 1 to get the number 1 overall pick. Zach Ertz, they said the next 48 hours going to decide between, they said the Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, and Eagles are, we're going to see. Yeah, I think Harbaugh's gone. I think Harbaugh still wants to prove something for some reason. Does that mean Sharon Moore gets the head coaching job, even though he's really not? I said bring a young guy in and change it up a little bit. Pass the ball, and does McCarthy go pro? They got that guy Orgy. I feel like I'd like to see what he could do. He's a monster. It's a big kid. I'd like to see him throwing the ball. They bring him in to run the goddamn ball. And Shaq Leonard, next 48 hours, Cowboys and Eagles are interested. How about this? The Niners, 10 days off for the game today. Eagles, 3 games. This will be the 3rd game in 13 days, including the OT win last week against Buffalo. 97 snaps for the defense. Thank you, Adam Schefter. And it's going to be shitty conditions. I think it's going to be interesting. Yeah, so 10th season SEC champ has made the college football playoff in each of his existence. And there's Saban's like, I expect us. Saban's I don't care what you say. That guy is a phenomenal coach. Phenomenal coach. He's awesome. Yeah, I think Josh is busy. Josh has been quiet today. And Rob's working. He must be quiet. Rob's working. He's focused. Yeah, Dak could be among there's report he's going to be among the highest paid quarterbacks next season. $5 million roster bonus. He has 5th day of the new league year. And if they don't change his contract, he has a cap hit next year of $60 million. And he's been great. But come playoff time, we'll choke it up. How about the Pistons? 17 losses in a row. They lost by 110-109 to the Cavs, who are 11-9. And Cade Cunningham at 23 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. Yeah, that's crazy. And I just can't believe 17 in a row. They're 2-18. Yeah, you're prepping for football. Me too, buddy. Me too. Doing my show. Nets beat the Magic 129-101. Magic 9-game winning streak over. Saban's the best coach ever in the history of college football. I'm sorry. Not even sorry. He's the best coach. And I think, they're 5-0 for his college football number 1 teams. No other team has more than 2. Well, it said 8-2. Oh, college football playoff number 1 teams. I'm sorry. Okay. They're 5-0 versus college football playoff number. Oh, I think they're going to kick Michigan's ass. And I don't think Milton's feels good about this. And I remember when they played a bowl game a couple years ago. They got their asses kicked. When I was dating Michigan, they played. It was an off year for Alabama, and they blew him out of the water. Yeah, he's foaming at the mouth to play Michigan. J.J. McCarthy, to me, does not look as good. Hasn't looked good in a while. And I feel like there's a team that can be beaten. So the Nets won, and Mikal Bridges, I always call him Brooklyn Bridges because I always butcher his first name, 42 points, a franchise record 26 in the first. And how about this? Franz Wagner had 20. His brother Mo had 18 for the Magic. Banchero had 19 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Cole Anthony had 20. Dinwiddie had 22. Cam Thomas had 20, but 7 for 23, 4 for 9. But they blew out the Magic. They are now. What? I don't even see the. I did not write down the record. But that was their first loss. 9. Yeah. That's what I got to check out now. Check out the Nets record. Yeah. Yeah, let me look at this up. Yeah, Nets. Let's go to Nets. I don't think the Nets are playing. They play, who do they play next? They don't play till Wednesday? Really? Yeah, they play, so the Nets are 10-9, Orlando's 14-6. So they don't play again until Really? Shit, I thought they played. Yeah, I thought they played. They didn't play for a couple days. Trying to see when they're going to play again there. Yeah, they don't play again until Wednesday. Trying to check out some scores there. That's what I was trying to do. Check out some. Let's see. Yeah, football's on, and oh shit, dude. Yeah, we got 2 minutes, and I love watching the red zone. Red zone. Let's get that red zone going, and then it stays there. Red zone countdown, $156. All right, so who's playing today? Carolina beat Florida State. They were losing, but Josh was my good luck charm, and they ended up coming back to win yesterday, so I was happy. They play UConn. UConn lost to... Shit, who did UConn play the other day? UConn played Friday night, and they lost to... Shit, who did UConn play? I'm trying to see. UConn... Oh, it's at Madison Square... Shit, wait a minute. Whoa, I didn't know this was... Tuesday, 12-5, Madison Square Garden. Whoa, what? I didn't know this. Oh, man. I talked to Michigan. Damn. Wow. You know what? I might have to splurge. Yeah. Text her. Let me say, babe. Hey, babe. Michigan. I'm sorry. UNC. I'm sorry. North Carolina is playing UConn Tuesday night at the Garden. What time's the game? 9 o'clock Tuesday. I don't know, babe. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm just sending her a thing. I'm like, I would love to go. Maybe I'll get Josh. If she doesn't want to go, I'll say, Josh, come in and we'll go see the game. What do you think, Josh? Come see the game with me Tuesday night. You want to go? I'll treat you. I don't got the money, but I'll treat you. It's called credit. I don't even have credit. I got some money. I'll go. You know, if she doesn't want to go, can you get out? Can you come Tuesday night at 9? Come in the city, go to the Garden, go to a game with me? I bet he'd go with me. And then all the guys from the company can bash him because they said, you know, he has no relation to the team, but he loves the team. Oh, I got a maybe from him. Maybe. Maybe he's better than no. All right, we're going to keep that on the wraps. Oh, and Ben Simmons is sidelined at least 2 more weeks, which means 4. Yeah, so come on. Yeah. Oh my God, I thought the TV just went dead. And Pistons 17 straight losses, as I just said. Best thing that happened to the Spurs, who've lost 14 straight. Thank you, Doug Norrie. Pacers, highest shooting percentage ever against the Heat, and the second most points ever scored against the Heat. They won 144-129. They shot 56 of 85, 66% from the field. And no Halliburton. They scored 144 points, and no Halliburton played in the goddamn game. That's how good they played. I mean, holy shit. That was a game, dude. Toppin had 22. Bruce Brown had 30. Butler had 33. But how about that? 66% from the field. I mean, damn. I mean, dang. Oh, she has not responded to me. So Michigan and her cousins are going to the Bubble Museum today, and I got out of it. Well, I was supposed to go to the football game, but I got out of it. No. It's football season. I'm not going to a Bubble Museum. And I love her. And I love Amy and Mark, but hell's the no. But the great thing about my girlfriend, she always needs to do something. I'm the opposite. I don't need to do anything. And especially now, come on, you got to do a podcast when it's a football Sunday. Yeah, and Kentucky loses to UNC Wilmington. They're both 6-2, and UNC Wilmington head coach Takayo Siddle played at Gardner-Webb from 2005 to 2009, and on November 7, 2007, he had 8 points in the win at Kentucky, 84-68. How about that? So he wins as a player, and he wins as a coach against Kentucky. So Calipari said, after watching the tape, I was like, why did we play this team? Well, I guess nobody should play them now because they're too good. Yeah, and also, so I looked up that year in 2007. I looked this up for Brandon. So thank you, Jerry Beach, for this one. Billy Gillespie was the head coach. They were 2-0 at the time, and they were number 20 in the country. And Gardner-Webb was Gardner-Webb was 2-0, and Kentucky after that was 1-1. They went 18-13, and they lost in the first round of the NCAA tournament to Marquette 74-66. Remember Billy Gillespie? That came and went very fast. Rangers were down 3-1. They won 4-3 in Nashville yesterday. They're 17-4-1, and today they host San Jose, which is 6-16-2, but beat the Devils the other day 6-3. Rangers are now 17-4-1. Kreider keeps scoring. Just go. And Flacco's starting at quarterback today. Joe Flacco. Oh, and I guess they're doing old. Yeah, so the Pats are wearing their old uniforms, and the field looks like shit, and they're hosting the Chargers. There should be a lot of empty seats. Then you got the Broncos are at the Texans. My quarterback, C.J. Stroud, get going. Oh, and then Ryan Garcia won. He beat Chris Duarte, 8th round stoppage, and Duarte said, wasn't fair. Ref didn't let me continue. Dude, you were out. There's actually more Jet fans. Oh, no. There's a lot of empty seats. There are a lot of empty seats for this Jet game. That's why I have Red Zone. I can't watch this stuff. I can't. I mean, this is atrocious. This is bad. This is really bad. Yeah, I mean, just terrible. This is, yeah, Damian Burks. Oh, so Damian's, yeah. If you want to go, we can go. I'll look into ticks when I get home. Wow, she said yes. All right. They're saying Rodgers unlikely to play. Let me see. Did I miss Jess Falcons updates? Yeah, FSU not happy about being left out. Yeah, maybe we'll look into it. Yeah, we'll see. Did I miss anything else? Yeah. That's okay. Nope. Ertz could sign you. Okay, so I haven't missed anything. Oh, and there's a new show coming out on Amazon. I think it's called Fallout. And I don't know if I never played video games, but Josh, was that a video game? Yeah. Let me see. Depends on the wife. Dude, you're not going. She's not gonna let you go. You got 2 young kids. But Michigan, I could kind of. But did you watch? Was Fallout? Fallout was a video game, right? Oh, Pickens already got a catch. He's my guy. Excellent. Amazon's doing a series. It looks phenomenal. Looks like a apocalyptic kind of show. I'm like, that shit looks good. That shit looks really, really, really good. I'm like, all right. Now who's playing? So Carolina's playing. Let's check it. No NBA today, right? Yeah, okay, so UNC Nets next. Then when are the Knicks playing tonight? Knicks at Bulls the 5th. Tuesday. All right, so none of the big teams are playing. It's all football today. That's fine with me. And Colts got to beat the Titans. That's a game they can't lose today. They cannot lose that game today. Cannot let that happen at all. Yeah, I love Michigan. She's like, oh, look, when I get home, my little sweetie pie. I said, you are. You're my sweetie pie. You're my baby cakes. Yeah, talk about Iowa and Michigan. How about this? Iowa, what it was. So, I mean, Ferentz, they're tied for 8th among Power 5 programs in victories in 2015, tied for 3rd in the Big Ten. Kirk Ferentz, 25 years ago, Saturday, was hired 25 years ago, 196 wins at Iowa, 3rd in the Big Ten, 9 wins of tying Woody Hayes for 1st, 8 seasons of 10 or more victories. Oh, this is a good, let me tell you, this is a good day. If Pickens can make catches like this, Pickens already has 2 goddamn catches. Oh, that's what I need today. That's what oh my God, did I take Pickens? I better not have screwed that up. And he has 8 seasons of 10 or more victories and is a 4-time winner of the Big Ten Coach of the Year. Won Big Ten shares in 2002, 2004. He said they thought they should have won. Ohio State went instead of them. Big Ten West titles in 2015, 21 this year. That's over. And we saw what happened. Yeah, he said, I don't know if people realize how tough it is to be 4 teams. And I was talking about it, too, with TCU. Like last year, TCU got blown out 65-7 in the championship game, but they beat Michigan. So they were in the final game. Sure, they got blown out. They didn't match up well. But Michigan should have been in the championship game last year. And instead, they lost. And it's even worse to lose to a team that gets blown out 65-7, in my opinion. I don't know. So I need Pickens. I need Pickens to get a touchdown here. But bad snap. And the ball just went way up in the freaking air. Yeah, pick it up. Pick it up. Good God. Kenny Pickett sucks. Kenny Pickett sucks. They don't have an offense. But TCU, so that happened last year too. And you're like, you know, I mean, you play who you can play. That's what you do. That's all you can do. And I guess we're going to see what happens. I just don't like that matchup. Yeah, Florida State. Some guy was comparing how they had more yards with a third string than J.J. McCarthy, 219 to 213. But Brock Glent, 8 for 21, 55 yards, 9 rushes, -6. They came in. Louisville was ranked higher than Iowa. Is not the 16th best team in the country. I'm sorry. FSU did play a tougher schedule than Michigan. I agree. But Michigan next year plays Texas to start the season. So that's a good thing. Yeah. Undefeated team that doesn't. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And final numbers, FSU defense last night. 7 sacks against Louisville, 14 tackles for loss, 10 pass breakups, 5 quarterback hits, an interception. And Louisville, they held them to 3 for 21 on 3rd and 4th down, and they don't get in. They have more wins by 9+ points, including each of the last 2, and more wins versus bowl-eligible Power 5 than Alabama or Texas. I know they had 11 teams that are bowl-eligible. They had a lot of shitty teams this year. ACC, I thought UNC bombed. Clemson was not a good team this season. I don't feel like they had the team that finished the strongest was NC State. Yes. And FSU has many wins versus the Football Power Index top 40 as Texas and one less than Bama. And they won the last 2 without Jordan Travis because FSU won the last 2 games 24-15 over Florida. Florida's not a good team. And 16-6 over Louisville, whereas Bama won their last 2 27-24 over Auburn. A game they should have won on a 4th and 31. So think about that. I forgot about all that. Think about what happened right there. Think about what happened that they had to get a 4th and 31. We wouldn't even be talking about this because even if they beat Georgia, they still wouldn't get into because no 2-loss team makes it into the college football playoff. Wouldn't happen. So if that was the case, so by beating Auburn on a last-second touchdown, Alabama is playing for, oh, wow, Jamar Gibbs is gone. Oh, wow. How did they catch him? How did they catch Jamar Gibbs? How did they catch him? That's what's amazing. Pro guys. I thought he was gone. And I want to see who caught him. Yeah. After the stinker on Thanksgiving, yeah, they better come out and play kick ass. Well, they're on the road too. But who made that tackle? He went right through a arm tackle. Oh, okay. So Adebo had a angle on him. But they got to get a touchdown here. Yeah, you have to get a touchdown. Yeah, they're going to talk about this a long time. This will never have to be discussed again because next year we go to a 12-team playoff. But this is going to leave in Tallahassee, leave them with a bad taste. Say congrats, David Montgomery. I think how do you not give it to Gibbs after he runs his ass off? But hey, touchdown, Saints losing. Sorry, Gumbo Chef. Yeah, and Emmanuel Wacho brought up a good point. Bama played Texas. Bama never had the lead. The game was tied for 11-29. Texas led for over 48 minutes by 10+. Led for 48-31, led by 10+ for over 13 minutes. Dominated. Yeah, so they both got in now. They both got in. So Wes Clement said these conference championship games are winner in, loser out for any conference except the SEC. If Alabama beats Georgia, they'll put Georgia in still, which they didn't. And the same ounce that tells the conference championships or the extended playoff playing games will make up a reason to not hold Georgia. Well, they did. Yeah. Florida State might be down to number 3. Texas wins, they're in. Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're going to see what happens. Yeah, and Georgia was left out. So I think that's a good thing. Yeah, so, whew. Yeah, agree. Florida State has beaten a 5-loss Duke team and LSU. That's it. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, then they wanted Louisville to win, but that didn't happen. Yeah. I'm glad that they used that. I'm glad that they used the. Yeah. So Danny Cannell thought that FSU winning was going to keep out an SEC team, but they beat the number 1 team in the country. They couldn't leave them out. I think FSU is a gripe. 13-0, 13-0. It means something. And they said, Georgia, your prize for losing Alabama, this is from Reddit College Football, is Brian Ferentz, and you didn't really do it. Deontay Lee, who I respect a lot, said he thinks Washington, but I think Texas, that's going to be a great game. Yeah. And Sam Quinn says, if 2 teams, same number of losses, I take head-to-head. And if not, then why do they play the games? And someone said Texas lost Oklahoma, the worst loss of the 3. But they have the best win of the 3. What does it matter? You know, so they lost Oklahoma, but they beat You can't compare it. So they both got in, but I mean, come on. Really? Yeah. Bullshit. And what I saw right here. This is so SEC in 2023, 2 12-win teams, 4 10-win teams, 5 9-win teams, 6 8-win teams. Yeah. Kyron Samuels doesn't make sense. Yeah, that I looked that up. That isn't 2 12-win teams, yes. 4 10-win teams, 5 9-win teams, 6 8. So you're comparing everybody if you're going up in their wins and everybody. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Listen, they had the most of the conferences. They had the most teams. They had 8 teams with 7 more wins. That's what I took as. And they had, listen, Georgia lost their out. Most ranked top 25 of the committee, don't shoot the messenger. That's something that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, hey, they did what they did. Yeah, the alliance, was supposed to be done. Didn't happen. Didn't get done on time. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, Gumbo Chef, I agree that player, the transfer portal is midnight tonight through January 2nd. They can officially enter the portal. That's when they can do the portal. And he said he watched part of the game. They beat us consistently at the line. SMU over Tulane, just manhandled our offensive line, better tackling, not pretty. And he's why can't they wait till after the bowl game to poach coaches? But I think it's also with the whole transfer portal, and everybody's trying to. There should be a time, because I feel like it sucks for the teams, especially the players. Like JMU's coach is leaving. He got a better job. I mean, I feel he's going to coach at Indiana, and he was at the basketball game and he was talking about Michigan and yeah, Bama loses to Texas but beats Georgia. Georgia could beat Texas if you ask me. Could they? Josh, I'll tell you, they look. We're never going to know. We're not going to know this year, is what I'm saying. And you know what the great thing is? You're going to know in the future because they're in the SEC. So that's the good thing, is that I think the SEC only got better. I'm not sure if the Big Ten got better. I mean, I think Washington and Oregon are good teams. USC, overrated, UCLA. But, Texas, I think, is going to go into the SEC a lot better team now. So I'm kind of curious if that's going to work. I don't know. I think Georgia was not as powerful a team. I mean, listen, they only lost one game this season, and they trailed a bunch of games this season. But I don't think they really played any. I don't think, definitely not as, they had a lot of guys get drafted last year. This team, I think he did a hell of a coaching job. But he, on an early play, on one of the touchdowns of the wheel route that the Bama scored, he had a freshman out there because 2 of his guys were hurt and he got burned, and he kind of threw his freshman under the bus, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I don't feel like they played great. I honestly don't feel like they. I don't think it was as strong a team. I think Texas this year, they finally put it all together. And I think Quinn Ewers had a very good season. Now their Worthy was in a boot and ankle, and Hal thinks he's going to be back for the game against Washington, but that's some serious shit. Oh shit. I keep forgetting I got a Amon St. Brown. Yeah, so I was like, oh, but I don't think I agree with you on that front. They're a good team this year. They're a really good team this year. But yeah, I hear what you're saying with the coaches leaving, but they strike when the iron's hot. Basically, all regular season games are over. He's playing. I don't know why he had to do it right now. I don't know why they had to have it done, but they, especially when you're preparing for a championship game, Will Fritz for Tulane, why he had to apply, why he felt he had to do it. But I guess he had to strike when the iron was hot. That's a big jump up there in the Big 12. And touchdown for the Lions. Now they got to keep scoring, and I need some of my guys to actually get the ball. Yeah, so. But yeah, it's not working now. I agree. I kind of sucks for the kids at school. And then JMU coach wants to coach the bowl game. I'm like, really? I don't know. Yes, Kurt Signetti, this is from Rich Eisen. He says, Purdue sucks, so does Michigan and Ohio State. Kurt Signetti has arrived in the Big Ten. And Washington's 20th win in a row, 11 wins by 8 points or less. Doesn't matter. And Tyreek Hill just blew one. See, Tyreek Hill, nobody's catching him. Oh, wow, but he almost good. Pretty quick. How many yards was that? Tyreek Hill, that was a very, very long touchdown. Oh, they're on a bus or something? What are they doing? I have no idea what they're doing. Yeah. Oh, they're on a roller coaster. Oh, roller coaster. That's actually pretty funny. I was like, what is he doing? Pretty funny. So Tulane entered the championship weekend highest ranked group of 5. Oh, he only went 79 yards. Tyreek Hill's trying to get the record. I think it's 1964 by Megatron, and he has over 1,300. That's going to help his case. God, is he good? Jesus Christ. So they lost. Liberty, but they're 133. They beat New Mexico 49-35. SMU and Liberty, Miami of Ohio beat Toledo. Toledo was 11-1. They're 8, but I don't 11-2. Miami of Ohio 11-2. I didn't know they were 11-2. Oh, we got a jet highlight. Brees Hall trying to get a first down. I said 9-6. And you have Boise State, UNLV was trying to get their first championship in 84. That was 44-20. And Troy beat App State. Forgot that game was on yesterday. Troy beat App State 11-2. Yeah, Flames are Liberty's number 3 in total offense, but they play the weakest schedule, 133 out of 133. SMU 76 in schedule strength, but their average margin of victory in the American Athletic Conference, 28.9, largest margin of victory of any team in the NCAA in conference play. And Colorado defensive ends coach Nick Williams and a big recruiting guy leaving. He'd been at Georgia 4 years, then Texas A&M for 2 prior to coming to Boulder. Must have been like, dude, this isn't working out. And Neon lost his quarterback. Yeah, that was an awesome, right? Josh, that was an awesome celebration. Totally agree on that front. That was awesome. An apparent scoring error yesterday at the Big 12. I love the WWE at the middle of the field. Put on ice when the sponsor announced it would award both contestants the grand prize, the Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway since 2008 in the Power 5. If they throw the footballs in, Gavin Wade of Ohio State and Ryan Georgian of Penn. Georgian emerged at a winner after a second tiebreaker, but fans on social media pointed out that there was a scoring error was made, noting that Georgian was wrongly credited for an extra completion in the first tiebreaker, and it should have not gone to a second one. They decided to give both guys $100,000. They can afford it. That's a better thing. And let me be honest. The FCS, so South Dakota won its 26th straight game, beat Mercer, 24 teams, and some guys in the company told me that that's not a good that's too many teams. No, bullshit. I'd love 2014. How can they do that and FCS can't? How come the FCS can do this but the FBS can't? They're going to go 12. FCS, these kids have to go to classes. They have 24 fucking teams in the goddamn tournament, and they got 4 in the FBS. Are you kidding me? It's bullshit. Even D3 has 24 teams. And they couldn't get, they don't want me kids in these classes? Are you kidding me? All they give a shit about is making money. And you don't think anybody, and then you play the first couple rounds at home, and then maybe you play the championship game in like the Super Bowl. You do it like the NFL. Every round is the higher seeded team the higher ranked team hosts the playoff games. And then the championship game, if you want, put it in a warm place. Or, semifinal, but whatever. But then you have fans coming. You're guaranteed fans. Fans will come see their team play extra games home. You have some shitty weather. I think it's a good thing. I like it. Yeah, and Nick Sirianni says, because they're an underdog in the games, it's not going to get wrapped up into what anybody else thinks of us. I think it's okay to be the underdog. And Kyle Shanahan says doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. And Goodell wants to get rid of the tush-push brotherly shove. Wants to ban it permanently. Yeah, so. So Chad Ryland for the Pats missed a 35-yard field goal that would have tied the score. And usually you have to put together a workout for free agents. They did it 2 days later. Those involved didn't receive word of the trade until Monday morning. That's how quickly it works. So former Pats punter Josh Miller, 2004, 2006, used to say, while competition might not be directly in the locker room, it's always only a phone call away. So they signed Matthew Wright to the practice squad. And you know how Jabril Peppers said, you lucky we asked, got caught on the hot mic? Well, he said that it's the ultimate team game, and right now we're not doing a good job of putting it all together. It pisses me off because week in and week out, Bill comes up there and tells us what we need to do, and we don't do it. Yeah, I guess that's – and Christian Barmore
has been playing really well. He's recorded a 13% pass rush win rate against double teams, according to the ESPN Stats and Info, which is just right there up there with Aaron Donald and Chris Jones and Buckner, which, I mean, he's up there. He's getting it done. He's batted down 6 passes, was his tied with the Saints' Brian Breesy. And Brian Breesy's that rookie out of Clemson. I mean, damn, that's pretty damn good. Yeah, Lions came to play. They're furious how they came. And the fines are down. What I see, fines are down. I saw the fines are fines. Jonathan Jones says, Week 11, new low for NFL for fines this season with 16. Not bad. Bucks won yesterday, 132-121. They're 14-6. Hawks 9-10. Murray 30. Young had 32-12 assists. Dame at 25. Giannis, first triple-double of the season, 32 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. How about this? The Mavs scored 30 straight in the fourth quarter, longest run without allowing an opposing team basket since 96-97. So they were down 111-87. They went up 117-111. They ended up losing 126-120. And Doncic, 36 points, 15 rebounds, 18 assists. No Kyrie Irving. Jalen Williams had 23 to lead OKC. And Derek Lively for the Mavs had 20 points, 16 rebounds. Yeah, thank you, Kirthika Uthayakumar. And Doncic scored an assist on 81 of their 120 Mav points and scored or assisted on 31 of the 36 points in the fourth quarter. And they still lost the goddamn game. That's crazy. And Rutgers basketball, 4 straight home games. The Rack used to be the place they always won. They were 21-4 their previous 25. They lost 76-58 to number 24 Illinois. They're 5-2. Illinois 6-1. And TCU won on a last-second heave off the glass. I don't know if he called glass. But Emmanuel Miller, 83-82 over Georgetown. They're 7-0. Georgetown, 5-3. And Parker Volby of Gators Track and Field became the first woman ever to break 15 minutes in the 5,000 meters while an NCAA athlete. She ran a 14-minute, 56 seconds, 11 100ths of a second at BU Betters, both the indoor and outdoor best. I'm sorry. Her run betters both the indoor and outdoor best to set a new collegiate record. So it was better best indoor outdoors. Parker Volby, and 5,000 meters is 3.107 miles. I was like, that's fast. And Otani, small group of teams to meet. He wants to get it done. I think he just wants it. He doesn't want other teams getting involved. He knows where he wants to go. We're going to see what happens there. And Suzuki in 2007 at a 351 batting average, a 122 OPS plus. Kyle Schwarber had a 197 batting average this year and a 122 OPS. And what did I see here? Okay, so the collective bargaining agreement, half the proceeds went to player retirement funds, and the remaining half was split evenly between all teams who were under the luxury tax threshold. In the new CBA, players still get around half for retirement, but the remaining half is dedicated to revenue-sharing recipients. 9 teams went over the luxury tax this past year in Major League Baseball. Expected to grow about $100 million more than twice what it was a year ago, according to sources briefed on the details. Team with uncertain TV futures, such as the Guardians and Twins, would be eligible for a share of that money, helping offset what they might lose in the rights deal. Yeah, I don't understand half this shit, but that's the way it is, you know? So it is. Oh, and I think Garcia called out Shakur Stevenson, wants him next. Good luck. Oh, Michael Alford. Oh, I gotta see if I can find this. Michael Alford. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, no. What happened here? Oh, hello. Yeah, okay, good. Let me find Michael Alford. They said he went scorched earth. He got all pissed off. Let's see what he wrote. Let's see if I can find what he wrote. Yeah, that I want to see. Mike Alford, FSU. Okay, good. Okay, let's see. Unforgivable decision, he says. Oh, here it is. Let me see. For many of us, today's decision by the committee has forever damaged the credibility of the institution that is a college football playoff, and sad of all, it was self-inflicted. They chose predictive competitiveness over proven performance, subjectivity over fact. They have become a committee of prognosticators. They have abandoned their responsibility by discarding their purpose to evaluate performance on the field. He said they deserve better and that the CFP selection committee failed college football today. Yeah, damn, he was not happy. Yeah. The consequences of giving into a narrative of the moment are destructive, far-reaching, and permanent, not just for Florida State, but college football as a whole. The argument of whether a team is the most deserving or best is a false equivalence. It renders the season up to yesterday irrelevant and significantly damages the legitimacy of the college football playoff. The 2023 Seminoles are the epitome of a total team. To dominate them or to eliminate them from a chance to compete for a national championship is an unwarranted injustice that shows complete disregard and disrespect for the performance and accomplishment. It is unforgivable. The fact that this team has continued to close out victories in dominant fashion facing our current quarterback situation should have enhanced our case to get a playoff berth earned on the field. Instead, the committee decided to elevate themselves and make history today by departing from what makes this sport great by excluding an undefeated Power 5 conference champion for the first time since the advent of the BCS college football era that began 25 years ago. This ridiculous decision is a departure from the competitive expectations that have stood the test of time in college football. Wins matter, losses matter. Those that compete in the arena know this. Those in the committee who also compete in the sport and should have known this have forgotten it. Today, they changed the way success is assessed in college football from a tangible metric, winning on the field, to an intangible, subjective one, evidently predicting the future matters more. For many, because the quarterback situation. For many of us, today's decision by the committee has forever damaged the credibility of the institution that is the college football playoff. It was self-inflicted. They chose predictive competitiveness over proven performance, subjectivity over fact. They've become a committee of prognosticators. They've abandoned their responsibilities by discarding their purpose to evaluate performance on the field. Our players, coaches, and fans, as well as those who love this sport, deserve better. The committee failed college football today. Damn, he's right. He's right. They never did it before. Now they do it now. Yeah, totally agree. C.J. Stroud, I need a touchdown. I need a touchdown, C.J. Stroud. Wait, is that C.J. Stroud? How come this look like C.J. Stroud? It is C.J. Stroud, right? God, he just watch him move out of the pocket. Somebody just zip it. Damn, he dropped it. Fuck. Nico, you got to make that catch. All right, let me get some trivia questions. Yeah, hey, Sam, I want you on. Come on anytime you want. I know she's going to want to come on, but Sam is traveling. Maybe Sam will come over tomorrow and we'll do a show. Yes. I'm so happy for Al. So happy for my cousin. He's got to be ecstatic. I was looking, that's not what I want. All right, let's get to some trivia questions. So last show was last Yankee to get 6 hits in the game, Matt Damon. I talked about that yesterday. Nice going there. Aaron, thanks for being on the show yesterday. I had a lot of fun with you. Today's trivia question. Bo Nix is one of 3 players with 100-plus passing TDs and 30-plus rushing TDs in college football history. Who are the other 2? Bo Nix, one of 3 college football quarterbacks with 100-plus passing touchdowns and 30-plus rushing touchdowns. Congrats, Cardinal Hayes. Thank you, Dominic, for the awesome hoodie. Josh, Rob, thanks for being here today. Michigan. Sorry, Sam. Congratulations, Hal. I say Ham. Oh, come on, dude. C.J. Stroud got pushed a little bit. Come on, dude. Come on, he got pushed a little bit. Come on, cut this shit. Really? Dude, that was nothing. That was like a tap. Some of Michigan, Mrs. S, my mom, Carol. RK talked to him the other day. Gumbo Chef, nice chatting. Lanker, congrats on Bama. Company, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys a lot. It was good talking to Damien too. So everybody have a great night. Peace out. Josh, you rock. Adios. Talk to you soon. Later.